Have you ever stopped to consider how subtly our phones have reshaped the very fabric of our lives? They've quietly, almost invisibly, altered our existence. We often don't even realize their immense power, especially over our most cherished relationships. Nowhere is this more evident than in the complex, often chaotic world of texting. What seems like an innocent, simple exchange can quickly unravel into a tangled web of agony and misunderstanding. Cast your mind back through human history. Contact between loved ones once held an elemental simplicity despite its inherent slowness. A solemn farewell on a London platform truly meant weeks, even months of profound silence. This absence, though deeply sorrowful, was unavoidable. The agony of missing someone was purely dictated by geography and the technology of the era. The time a coach took to cross a mountain defined your waiting period. Yet that painful distance also brought a distinct clarity. There was no instant expectation, no constant digital monitoring, no subtle cues to endlessly misinterpret. Today, with constant texting, those clear lines have completely blurred. We find ourselves in perpetual, yet often surprisingly shallow contact. The paradox is profound, ever-present, yet frequently disconnected. But this constant digital chatter hides a darker truth. Every ping, every dreaded ellipsis, even a moment of silence after a message, each can plunge our minds into a frenzy. We project our deepest fears, hopes, and insecurities onto a few pixels, crafting an emotional landscape of anxiety utterly unknown to our ancestors. Texting promises connection, yet often delivers a new, unsettling distance. It brings emotional turmoil, leaving us more bewildered than ever before, perpetually dissecting every word, every emoji. Think of past generations. Their worries were tangible, finite. They fretted over a ship's safe return or a train's arrival. These were clear, resolvable concerns. Life then had its steady rhythms. Harvests gathered, animals reared. Sadness was a private affair, tears shed in the quiet solitude of night. But today, modern relationships are profoundly altered, and often not for the better. Our phones boast constant, effortless connection, yet ironically, they can make us feel more isolated than ever before. But this constant, yet often shallow contact comes with a heavy cost. It ensnares us in an exhausting loop of self-doubt and growing estrangement. We find ourselves endlessly questioning our partner's loyalty and true interest. This leaves us trapped in a relentless cycle of second-guessing. Suddenly, every digital exchange feels like a ceaseless referendum on your self-worth. It's an unspoken drama playing out daily. Fueled by read receipts and those agonizing 3 blinking dots, connections never seem to fully resolve. Relationships aren't just crumbling, they're subtly unraveling due to these pervasive digital nuances. For those prone to anxiety, overthinking, or deep emotional insecurities, the smartphone tragically morphs into a unique source of profound suffering. Psychology offers a clear lens through which to understand this. It identifies 2 key attachment styles, anxious and avoidant. Anxious individuals constantly fear they aren't loved enough, perpetually seeking reassurance. Conversely, avoidants dread losing their autonomy, often feeling suffocated by overwhelming demands for connection. Imagine a relationship where one partner feels utterly abandoned while the other is perpetually overwhelmed. Before the digital age, technology naturally imposed boundaries. Anxious partners learn to tolerate quiet moments, perhaps waiting days for a letter. Avoidant partners could craft a thoughtful message without instant pressure. But now the digital world traps the anxious mind in a relentless, agonizing panic. Why hasn't your message been read? You sent 3 texts just minutes ago. The torment of the unanswered reply is immediate, and it's relentless. For the avoidant partner, this digital intensity feels like a suffocating invasion.
Every unread notification, every unanswered call transforms into a relentless demand. It's a constant weight. Beneath their defensiveness often hides a deep sadness, even a silent fury.
They might silently question, wasn't my affection hours ago enough? Why the unending need for digital validation? This intense digital pressure erodes self-worth, fueling agonizing self-doubt in both partners. In our digital age, do you ever question if your physical presence truly affirms your partner's love? Or does their affection seem to hinge solely on your instant digital responsiveness? This isn't just about texts or calls. The profound challenge lies in validating each other's emotional responses, recognizing that both partners' pain, however it manifests, is legitimate. We must empower our partners to articulate concerns about what might seem like small things, because these aren't trivial issues at all. They are powerful, often unspoken expressions of deep emotional insecurities woven into the very fabric of the relationship. Now, imagine a world where couples were proactively taught the immense importance and the nuances of modern digital communication. They wouldn't have to endure the silent agony of waiting all night for a reply, or feel the suffocating pressure of crafting an immediate response under duress. Instead, they would approach digital interactions with profound understanding and empathy, transforming those often stressful digital demands into powerful, loving bridges of connection. This deep-seated understanding is the ultimate key to breaking free from the relentless cycle. From the torment of digital panic and misunderstanding, imagine stepping onto a truly different, more connected path. Imagine a world where digital interactions bring clarity, not crushing anxiety. What if from the very first spark, couples calmly and openly discussed their unique communication styles? On those early dates, you could kindly articulate your texting preferences without fear. This isn't trivial. It's as crucial as aligning on core life values. Yet for far too many, the digital realm transforms into an emotional battleground, exposing our deepest insecurities. We meticulously craft silent, unwritten rules, assigning them the same profound gravity we reserve for life's most pivotal decisions: family, career, or finances. We meticulously obsess over response times, message frequency, and even the exact number of emojis in a simple goodbye. But what if this very intensity, this digital obsession, is a powerful, revealing mirror? It's a profound opportunity for deep self-discovery. Through it, we can bravely begin to uncover how the immature, unhealed parts of our personalities manifest directly in our texting habits. We spoke of finding a more connected path, but what if the very patterns we're trying to escape lurk in our hands? Have you ever caught yourself demanding constant contact, trying to fill an internal void through your screen? It's a common trap. Yet, what if this cycle isn't merely external? What if an internal whisper, perhaps even subconsciously, urges you to create distance? Consider this. Do you sometimes inadvertently set your partner up for disappointment, finding a strange, almost comforting familiarity and solitude, or a pessimistic outlook? Then there's the other side. Have you ever felt that unsettling, cruel delight in leaving a message on read, knowing they're anxiously awaiting your response? This behavior goes far beyond just simply ignoring a text. It's often a profound, albeit misguided, attempt to assert control. Perhaps it's an urgent cry to reclaim your personal space, or a subtle, often desperate communication of a boundary that feels otherwise unheard. Ultimately, our digital habits are rarely just about the phone. They are powerful, unconscious reflections of the deeper emotional issues residing within us. And here's where the mirror gets truly intense. Our devices, these ever-present companions, don't just reflect, they subtly amplify every existing vulnerability we carry.
They can transform minor worries into truly overwhelming insecurities in an instant. If you have an insecure or defensive attachment style, your phone isn't merely a tool. It becomes a catalyst for absolute chaos. Every single notification, every unanswered text can instantly morph into a potent trigger, sending you spiraling. Mastering these relentless digital demands isn't easy. It calls for profound foresight and robust self-protection. It's about making a conscious break from those deeply ingrained, often subconscious patterns. So, how do we finally cultivate that serene, healthy phone relationship we crave? The journey begins with an unflinchingly honest examination of these deep-seated challenges within ourselves. Please be profoundly compassionate with yourself through this process. Understand this crucial truth. Achieving a calm, healthy texting dynamic with a partner is an immense, courageous achievement. This deep inner peace genuinely demands substantial, dedicated work. And yes, that is absolutely okay. Embracing this powerful reality is your vital first step towards building a truly secure, deeply connected relationship, finally liberated from the tyranny of digital anxieties.